Right.
So so Thurwag, you recall he planted a stone from the excavation pit on the ground, and then he touched his pickaxe onto it, and it morphed into a statue of the three figures. One of him, one of a tall, long-haired, slender-looking sort of person, and then another academic kind of looking bloke who you assume is his assistant, Nathaniel. And then he turns. He goes, Nathaniel, push through the maelstrom. Synth awaits. Then you guys hear a loud roar. Thurwag turns away. But hear the beasts return. There, in the tree. No, wait, two of them. No, three of them. Right well, friends. May Synth be with us. He sort of walks behind these rocks here.
Very brave of you, Thurwag. Don't
We should all go.
worry, we'll take care of this.
And at that point, I'd like you all to roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative.
Hells.
Yeah. Hells yeah.
These guys are all up a higher level to us, aren't they?
Yeah, they're sort of up a tree, maybe
Yeah.
sort of. Oh, look, it's not. They're not huge trees. Like they're not towering over you. They're not like, big gum trees. They're.
I have the power.
I thought my initiative is going to be the highest we get because wasn't the last round? Didn't?
Yeah. It was all below 10, every single one.
I rolled a 7. I was like, definitely go last, and then I went second.
Now you thought, yep, done well now.
Yeah. Second to
You're
last.
controlling
there's
Ramrod?
another one.
Yeah.
Did you end up?
He just.
Did you end up
me-
leveling up, Graham?
Ah, yes, yeah. Yeah, I did it last night.
Ramrod Fleetfoot. Here to win the day.
Oh, these lizard folk people are pretty aggressive.
Chunky.
Yeah, super aggressive. Do you want to share the picture again?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool picture.
So I've got hover zoom, so it whatever it's called. So if I have my mouse over the figures in the turn order, they pop up to their full size.
Oh, what?
Good.
That's cool.
And so you recall, what was that? Hover over and.
I've got just an add-on on Chrome.
Okay.
Extension.
With this add-on.
I
want an add-on.
You guys recall that Thurwag made a point of saying that the lizard folk he's had a number of dealings with the lizard folk. He was on good terms with them. He's not sure what happened from the original attack, but these beasts that attacked previously, and you would assume now, he said he's never seen anything close to resembling this type of lizard folk before.
Mutants.
Teenage Mutant.
Mutant.
All right, Graham, you are up.
GG. Hang on. What's this? So the
pit is about.
Yeah.
Sorry.
How?
Just trying to find my notes about how deep the pit is.
Pretty
30,
feet, you said.
30 foot, yeah.
So that's this middle
The
pit
bottom
or
bit is 30 foot, and then we'll call that 15 feet. We'll call that 10 foot below the.
Yep, and then where they are.
That's 0 feet. That's,
we're on the same level.
Well, you're all on the 10 foot down level, we'll say. I'll just...
Right.
So sorry, it was 20 foot further down to the bottom, was it?
This is 10 foot down. This is
So we're on
below below jungle floor level.
Yeah. Below jungle it's 10, and then to the floor of the thing is 30.
Oh, someone
There you
else
go.
has
I've
done
written
something
it
a little
in,
bit more.
Written that
Yeah.
in text there.
Cool.
Okay. That's how you
Thank
can.
you.
That's below. There's a 15-foot drop here, a 5-foot drop here, and a 10-foot drop here.
Yep,
That's
that's
only
clear.
it's only a simple rope around the outside, correct?
Yeah, there's
Correct.
Simple flammable rope. Yep, no worries.
And just for my interest, is this like a crane or something?
Yes, it is a crane. It looks a pretty like. In my mind, it's far less. It's a very simple crane. It's not a very. Despite
Not like
it
a
holding.
trebuchet, for example.
No. I would describe it as a light crane. Like it's holding a thin sheet of plywood that you would assume is probably used to transport small items up and down.
I got you.
Well, Graham, instead of trying to climb up, I mean, could he easily climb up this 10-foot?
I mean,
Wall?
there's stairs just here.
Yeah, it's just
I'll
saying,
say-
yeah.
This rock here is probably, 4 foot. You could probably clamber up there and get up to here quite easily.
Do
Using
you have
maybe.
to do any checks?
I'd say that's easy enough to do. I'd say that, but that would probably use 15 feet of action. 15 foot of
Right.
movement to get up there.
Done. It's gonna go up to there. And then he's gonna dash to. Hang on. He's not even gonna dash. He's just gonna go there. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the distance you can throw a spear?
It's like 20 feet. But I don't know.
Hang on. 20 and 60. Yeah. Okay. Let's.
So what? 6 meters or 20 meters?
I'm gonna wand of magic missiles, the one that's closest to me.
15 hits.
Can I have done it at level? No, I've got 7 charges. Level 2. Not even. That doesn't even make sense. What is it? I can't remember what the damage is on a magic missiles.
D4.
It's 1d4, I believe.
What,
1d4
okay.
plus 4? Or 1d4
So-
plus 2? Something like that.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 5.
No.
No.
The magic missile spell.
Oh, that,
1d4 plus 1 force damage.
yeah, and that's 3. That's right. So I did it on level 4. So 1d. Oops. 4d4 plus 4. Okay.
Wonder magic missiles blurb.
No. Level 4.
So
level-
14 points of damage.
Yeah. Level
Oh,
2. And that's it for the moment. I think I did that right.
Did you just kill 2 of them?
No, it's because they're doing that thing where they're all elite.
I attacked the one closest to me, and the 2 furthest away died.
Sorry,
Miss.
my bad. I have to do stuff.
1 charge, cast the first level version of the spell. Yeah, I think I did it right.
Oh, hey, Jack. Come on. Up.
Sorry, guys.
Good
Sorry.
boy.
It's alright. I'm just still trying to figure out. Yeah. So if I do at level 2. Yeah. Yep.
What's doing that for?
What you trying to do?
They were all
Oh,
in
you
I
just
don't know.
yeah. You. So bring one in.
Yeah, that's
edit
just the
the-
artwork.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Okay, bring one in.
Bring one in. Have you got the thing up? The sheet for it?
Yeah.
All right. So go into the character
I'll
thing.
just look back in
Yeah. Go into the token.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Token.
and where it says HP, set
Yeah.
to none.
Oh, none.
Yeah. And then save that. And then in the character sheet, remove the token that's currently there. Select this one and press use this one. And now they should all be set to have the default HP.
Yeah.
And so when you bring them in, that's how they. Yeah. So do one of them add to the turn order, or did you add multiple to
just-
the turn order?
No,
Just-
I just had one.
Yeah, just add one back to the
Yeah.
turn order.
Yeah.
And get rid of that 16 that's above Derwag.
Their initiative. For 16. Is that better? That works now, right?
Looks alright.
Cool. All right. So you spot one up in the tree, climbing down. You see what Thurwag's pointing to, and quickly whip out your wand of magic missile and zap, zap, zap. Here we are.
Zap, zap, zap.
Eris, you're up.
Iris is going to. What's the distance between? Oh, no, they're much further apart now. That's fine. Iris is going to. I guess she's just going to cast Eldritch Blast on one of them and then move back. So, whichever one is closest to her, probably that one there.
One here.
Which one? Sorry.
One up here.
So she's going to cast Eldritch Blast for a 13.
Unfortunately, misses. You blast into the trunk just next to him. The tree shakes. Plenty of leaves fall out. A searing mark on the tree, but nothing happens.
All right, she's going to yell, Zom, regroup with the others. And then she's going to move back down to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's going to get to about here. And that's it from her.
Ramrod.
Oh, great. Ramrod is going to...
In the voice. In the voice.
Ramrod.
Oh.
Ramrod is going to look at his friends who are about to engage in mortal combat and say, I bless all of you. Except you, I'm sorry.
But he's going to bless Bob, Iris, and Graham because they are the closest ones he could see. Zom is furthest away. Sorry, Zom. Oh, and
Zom is fine.
Oh, he's gone. He's
Yeah,
killed
It's
himself.
not like that.
he literally turned his camera off at the point of being excluded.
Screw
All right,
you guys.
so-
Go ahead.
Object.
All right, so he's going to cast Bless, and I think that's all he can do. I'm just looking at his extra stuff, but I'll let the next person go, and if I find a bonus of action to do, I'll let you know.
It's on. You're up.
Right. So I'm assuming all the characters that I can see. I've lost everyone.
We've lost you.
We've lost you.
Unless you've turned
Once
into
it's not me.
All right, hang
a
on,
lovely fetching purple and white pattern.
Oop, my camera.
I did lose my character sheet though. Look, it's back again.
Let's reconnect.
Yeah.
Everyone else is loading.
We've got the spinnies. There's
Oh,
the-
You're getting the same thing I had.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If am I able to walk like this close?
Yeah, you can hug the rail.
Like 30, so that's as close as I can get. Have any of them been damaged?
This guy over here has.
Graham really felt like he gave him a good blasting.
I think they're probably. Ooh, they're an annoying distance away.
Almost like the person who put them there worked out what would be the best places to put them.
Almost.
Almost.
That,
It's like
that would be.
Finth planned it.
Starting to not like this.
Fifth
Yes,
when?
Fifth.
Don't bad mouth Bob's buddy.
What's this? Oh, oops. Oh, well, actually, on the closest one.
It's a miss.
Oh,
And Ian, don't forget Ramrod has inspiration for his D&D of a young age. Playing
D&D of a young age. What?
PJ Mask D&D.
Child.
Oh, that's right.
Listen, I'm not taking Isaac's inspiration.
I just put it on. Make sure you put it on his sheet.
Okay.
this
Gonna
is really
cast.
annoying. In the sorry, no. Just I have to say this. In the features and traits window, if the speech bubble, oh no, it does come up. Oh, sorry. If you click on the item itself, it comes up with all the text. But if you do the same thing in the spells window,
Oh, yeah.
it activates the. It's really bloody
Yeah.
annoying, and I forget what
Yep.
does what.
Spellcasters for beginners.
Oh.
D&D isn't just swinging a sword like it used to be with a Gaon.
Fighter man.
Like it's.
You gotta put more effort into it.
Aside from using the fungal staff, there's not much I can do. I could. Yeah,
You do
oh, no,
shield
sorry,
touch?
right.
You
yeah,
do shield
no, I've
touch
already
already?
cast a spell, so
You
yeah,
cast a
no,
spell. Yep.
yeah, that's an action. So yeah, no, I'm think I'm done. I think
Alright, cool. They're gonna climb down 10 feet. 15, and this one's gonna climb down to here. It's gonna go on, climb down 10. 30 to there. Gonna climb
Amazing
down.
how they're keeping specific distance apart.
Pack tactics.
Actually, they might. This one's gonna dash to here. There.
Does he jump down the 10 feet and take 1d6 points of damage?
No, skid down it with his.
Gonna climb down to the ruin here. He's gonna climb
Okay.
down the ruin to there, then step
Sure.
down to here. Yep. So he doesn't take that. Yep.
Okay.
And that's the end of their turn. Thurwag is going to hold an attack in case one comes close to him, but he's not going to move away from his little bunker. You now see that he's a survivalist, not a fighter. Bob, you're up.
Yeah.
Graham up next.
Yeah.
Buff scaly then. Alright guys, I'll protect the rear. And Bob buggers off up the ledge. And turns around and throws a blast at the guy next to Zom.
On here. Six is a hit.
And woof. Ah.
And back 10 feet.
Yep.
Does it knock him? Oh, the one next to Zom. Yeah.
Yeah.
To here or to here?
Probably there. Depends on your ASIC. It's supposed to be straight back, so yeah.
Probably there-ish.
That'll do.
Does that provoke attack of opportunity?
No. Forced
No, I
movement.
wouldn't have thought so.
It's not, does it? Yeah. Cool. Anything else you'd like to do?
Keep moving further away? No, it's alright.
Murder everyone in one go? No, that's not an option, right?
But you hear a little, Lee, good job, Thurwag. And you're up.
Okay.
There's quite the duel over on this side of the pit. Mano a mano.
Graham is going to. Oh no! But
Stab himself in the foot. Critical weapon fail. Gotta hit the button.
Critical weapon fail, unless you have inspiration. Hey Nadia.
no, I don't have inspiration.
And
Oh, if only
but-
I'd.
No, I don't have inspiration. Nadia's just walking out of the room shaking her head, so disappointed in you.
Does even with bless, that still makes that a fail, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Fail.
yeah. Crit fail is a crit fail. It doesn't matter what the bonus is.
What I roll? As you attack your opponent, you begin to feel that they are the superior combatant. Disadvantage on your next attack roll against your target.
You look at its hulking figure, it is massive. It's bigger than Zom. It's not actually a size bracket up. It's as big as a thing can be, as medium as per the rules. But you're looking up at this hulking. It's got huge, sweat dripping off of it. Its muscles are toned. It's hulking is the only way to describe it. And you're like, fuck.
Believe in yourself, Graham.
Okay.
Is that
When
like a
you
level
give-
1 lizard?
When you
What's that?
doubt your power, you give power to your doubt.
Iris, you're up. Unless you
Graham's
want-
still got.
Still got a couple of
Graham
attacks
can
left.
still do it. Yeah,
It'll be with disadvantage, obviously.
that's alright. Graham's happy enough with that. So he's gonna go.
18 hits. 7.
You don't scare me, he says, in common into this thing's mind.
I just get this roar back in your face. You smell like the rotten flesh on its breath. See the thick, viscous saliva drooling off of its jaw. Iris, you're up.
Alright, Iris is going to see this one that's really close to her, and knowing how the last fight went, she is going to use her bonus action for her form of dread. So she's going to assume that almost ghastly visage again, and she is going to... What is she going to do? She is going to cast, because she really likes casting spells but has no spell slots. She is just going to cast a... She can't really do that. No, she's going to do another Eldritch Blast against the one that's close to her right now. That is a 22 to hit.
Which is
For-
a
2 points of damage. Oh, that's
sort of
great.
hulking down. You whack it on the sort of the side of its body, a bit of a glancing blow, but you connect with it.
And he pushes him back 10 feet into the wall, which obviously deals an additional amount of damage to the DM's discretion.
40 or something.
1d40 damage, yes.
Buries him into the wall, anime style.
He takes more damage from the rock he hits his head on
Yeah,
than
he
the
sort
actual force of the damage.
sort of stumbles over this ruined, sort of unearthed bit of excavation here, and sort of rolls his ankle, and you hear a discernible click. Not a crack, a click.
So is he?
It has no effect. He just rolled his ankle slightly.
I was going to say hitting his head against a rock. All that has real life precedent.
No, he is
You know
not
how what
concussed.
happens when someone gets punched and they hit their head on the pavement. Yeah.
In
We are
40
talking
years,
about
yeah.
when lizard folk, these lizard folk renders in real life get punched, that they hurt. I'm not familiar with the biology or the anatomy of the lizard folk renders in real life, so I
Dealt with a
couldn't
few
comment.
today, actually. I didn't punch them because
Obviously.
they punched me back a lot harder.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I'm looking at these attacks here, and I'm noticing that you're still relatively intact. Probably wouldn't have. Now, just have a sip of
Wait.
beer. Does it come out of a hole in your throat?
Are you suggesting as DM that you're going to target me out of spite?
No, I'm just saying that
Like
if you just
Ian,
want
I mean, like other
Yeah.
people?
like the previous DMs may have.
I have. No. No, the lizard folk renders have a battle attack. And
Depends.
Dare
which
you.
is just
How dare you?
Does Zom have
What
a
they can.
24 AC like the previous character did to warrant all the attacks?
Ramrod, you're up.
Ramrod jumps in front of Iris. Says, "Got your back, Jack."
And is going to summon a spiritual weapon in front of him, next to this creature.
I'm just trying to find the shovel.
Yep. And as a bonus action, is going to
Shovel.
cast spiritual weapon.
That shovel.
It's going to crack this thing in the head for 6 points of damage as a bonus action. And then for an action, he draws his fancy new gleaming rapier and is going to plunge it into the heart of his enemy.
Hero's epee.
Yes.
No.
Or
The table's getting a workout.
what do you choose,
Unless you
DM?
Oh, it's up to you unless you choose your to use Isaac's inspiration.
Spend
that would be
Isaac's
the button.
I will
inspiration.
choose to use Isaac's well-earned
Oh.
inspiration.
A wise choice, one would say.
That
22
didn't
does
take
indeed.
long.
22 does indeed hit for.
Another 6 points of damage.
It bends the epee bends as it. You've not used it on a mortal being before. As it bends, you can find needles in a nice little wound, actually. Neat.
Aha!
Zom, you're up. Ramrod, you done?
That's it for me.
Zom. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try and use. Oh shit, that's a long
Wall of text. It defeats the DM.
Part of a sleep spell.
Yeah, make a wisdom saving throw before you read to get to the end of that.
So
Luckily, I have
use-
familiarity with Wild Shape, having previously played a druid.
Right, right. I would like to try and turn into one of these lizards, if I can do so. I believe it has to have a challenge rating. What's 1 out of 2?
That's half. Pretty sure you learned that in your
That would
YouTube.
be a half, and you're not going to be able to turn into one of these guys with a half. Do you want to reconsider? this?
Also, you can only turn into a beast,
Yes,
Oh,
not a humanoid.
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 So if you want to look at the animal,
Humanoid.
Denied.
Do you want to do a
That's a lot of text.
I might have to investigate
Didn't
this a
even
bit
try.
further then, because
me just
He turns into a cat.
yeah, that's pretty much what I'd have to be able to turn
so
into.
if you go to this page here, hang on, go to 5e tools. Let me just
Hang on, are you linking?
to here. And then you go into where it says filter on the left-hand side, near the search button at the top.
Yep.
Filter.
Yep.
Then it brings up like the filters and there's type. And beast is the second one. Just click that so it's blue. Then click save. Brings up all the beasts.
Sorry, filter type.
At filter, then like you click the button
So it's-
filter, then
yep.
it brings up all the different filters you can use, and the
Oh,
third one
type,
down is
type.
type.
Beast. Yep.
Click beast so it goes blue, and then click
Yep.
save. Then it will bring you the list of beasts, and then if you click on where it says CR, like at the column that says CR, you can filter by CR.
Oh, so
Then
I'm
you
looking
can scroll.
for 1 out of 2.
You're looking at a half CR.
Yeah.
You have some curious creatures you could turn into there.
A reef shark.
Maybe if Zom does a different action this turn,
Do it,
and
do it.
next turn
Yeah.
can use Wild Shape once he's reviewed what beast he'd like to turn into.
Yeah, it's I mean, I could do a swarm of wasps. Or a warhorse. Jesus.
And then someone could ride you, yes?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Turn into a golden stag to do a hoof attack.
Or an ape. Surely an
Yeah.
ape's got to be. Or a black bear.
So
Black bear, sorry.
what does Zom want to do this turn? And then
Whoa.
shapeshift next turn.
Okay,
In
right.
the interest
Okay, right.
of expediting combat.
Yes. Let's. So I want to. This vine whip only had a range of 5, didn't it? Not 10. Is that right? Pretty sure it did.
Sure, it did as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna chill touch again because on the one who's next to Ramrod.
Who's next to Ramrod? Yep.
Where is it? Three.
Everyone hits.
Oops, no, not that one.
Hey, Badger.
So, one,
Four druid. Ah, look
hand.
out, Finth.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So
a
you-
walrus.
The hand out flies through the air. Sort of like I picture it, kind of like with bits dripping off it.
Yeah.
It grasps around the creature's throat, and you see the veins around its neck sort of like bulge and surge,
Pulsate.
and it sort of thrashes its head around, scratches at its neck. It looks at you. They're gonna move into their
It
turn
looks
now.
at him as he turns into a giant seahorse.
Yeah.
There's some good ones.
Yeah.
It's gonna and it sort of one here is gonna rush into the middle here. It's going to rend the field. And it just swings its claw across Iris, Ramrod, and Zom.
See, that's what I wanted to do, Ian. Oh, he's gone.
Gone.
End the field. DC 13 strength.
So
Can I?
it's gonna go Zom, Iris, Ramrod. Zom,
I don't suppose I can
Iris.
guide.
Ramrod.
Oh.
So 11 for you, Zom.
No. Hang on.
Miss.
This must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw.
If it hits,
or be knocked prone. Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
11 does not hit.
so 11
Iris
doesn't
gets
hit.
all the love.
Iris goes flying down the pit.
Iris. So the lizard jumped into between you guys and swung its claw, rending the field across all three of you. And the 23 was against Iris.
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
So that's a 13-point slashing damage,
Oof.
That's not good.
and then a strength saving throw. DC 13.
Why is that not? Why is Numlock? There we go. Strength saving throw. Oh god, no! Missed one. Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
14.
You feel the full force of the blow, and you sort of brace you go to fall, but thankfully the balustrade behind you sort of catches you and you brace yourself on it. Oh, you're kind of floating because you're in your form of dread. You're sort of hovering a few foot above the ground.
All an illusion. I'm not actually hovering above the ground.
Okay. Yeah, cool. You look to be, but you stumble and brace yourself against it. Hope no one sees you. Thurwag is going to sit here, and you look over, and he appears to have a prayer book out, and he's drawing sort of things that you can't really make out. You're up,
Bob.
and I'm just going to see if it recharges. Oh no, hang on, sorry, that was only one of the lizard renders.
Oh yeah.
No, we're fine.
He's going to go
Let them
here.
stop.
Zom, there's a bite for you, and then a claw.
Yep, 15 hits, so does the claws.
Yo. Jeez.
Oh god damn.
Oh Jesus. We're in trouble.
Oh,
Yes, we are.
Actually, Potsy,
Oh.
can you make
this
a
guy's meant to be frightened, isn't he?
well maybe make a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw. Ooh. Fails, hey?
Yeah, so he doesn't get his rend on. He moves away. Whew.
He is back here, and he would have an attack of opportunity. He was adjacent to Ramrod at the time.
Ramrod, hit him! Hit him good! Ramrod? Oh wait. Oh, sorry. I'm
You are
Ramrod.
Ramrod.
Yeah. God damn.
Or are you trying to tell me to have my turn? I was wondering what you were
Yeah.
I'm like, Mike's clearly Ramrod. Why isn't he doing it? Oh shit.
And these ones are for Graham while Ramrod attacks.
Hit and a hit.
Ooh.
Hang on, look. Yeah, I think they were a hit and a hit.
Oh,
So
the
it's gonna
Ramrod's-
do damage.
Ramrod doesn't anything with that one.
Changing a couple things. Speed things up a bit. There we go. Alright.
Alright, Bob, you're up.
Yes. I can do one thing. I don't know if it's going to work. I was going to come over to Thurwag. Hey bro, how's it going? And then he's going to look over
It's
at
pretty
like,
deep in prayer. He looks up. Are they defeated yet?
he's going to look over at that guy that's been wailing on Graham, and he's going to say, "Ah, man, buddy, why don't you just go home?" So it's a...
And
Sorry.
saving throw, if you please, Mr. DM.
Sorry, which
That's to the one next to
Um,
Graham. 30 feet. So, wisdom save
saving
15.
throw. It turns and starts to walk away.
And Graham, attack of opportunities, and makes his streakers. Don't attack of
Hit.
opportunity.
So if you, what stops this from happening?
Thing.
The spell, or
Until he accomplishes his task.
Okay.
He's going. He's literally
or
going
takes
to walk
damage.
Oh, or he takes damage. Is that?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right.
If you or any of your companions damage the target, the spell
I didn't
ends.
read that last bit.
Home. Okay. Well, do you want to give it 5 points of damage, or do you want it to walk away? I'm
I
gonna
want
let
to
you
walk
guys
away.
decide. Get to walk away. You don't attack it as it walks away.
No.
It's sort of like.
Yeah,
clearly
you better
confused.
walk away.
Seems like a reasonable suggestion. I should go.
Graham looks at Bob, looks at the creature.
Graham, you're up. Quite sure what just happened because you didn't know Bob could do these kind of things.
And Bob so wanted to yeet him off the
Yeah.
cliff. Someone's getting yeeted off the cliff at some point.
Graham's just gonna run over there. Yeah. That's it.
It's the Ian turns.
Oh, good. Iris is going to move to this point over here, and she is going to attempt to Eldritch Blast the creature down into the cliff.
Graham, did you take the damage from those other attacks that it did before it got asked to leave politely? Oh no, because
Yeah.
you did. Cool.
Yeah. Yep. It was ouchy. It's gonna move back to here as well. That's where he wants to move to.
Push
12
the
hit.
button. It does not. Push
All right,
that
so she's
button.
going to use. She's going to use. That's not a. Is that a? Oh, that is a.
It's a dual
Very
crit
colourful.
spell fail.
It's a triple one. A triple one. You'll note.
Which one? Critical.
DFS.
I also
T-
rolled a 1 in my last.
All right, so she gets knocked prone.
You misjudged the recoil of the spell and it pushed
She
you
is,
into
as a
the wall.
bonus action, going to use her telekinesis to try and push him 5 feet into the pit instead. I need him to make a strength saving throw. DC 15. So as I get knocked down, I just look at him, and there's this
knocked
brunt
down.
force that just pushes him.
He goes, smashes through the balustrade to there.
Right.
I'll say there.
Yeah, no, it's just 5 feet. So he just goes.
Prone.
He might be like on the edge. I don't know.
I'd say he wouldn't be able to. I'll do a dex check for him to see if he falls or not. Fails. He falls. He's 2d4 damage. He falls the 15 feet.
2d4 damage.
You guys are having the same pain if you fall down there.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
1d. Okay, all right.
That was 10 feet. This is 15 feet.
Hang on. This
Yeah,
is,
all right.
no.
Oh, I see. Yes. No.
Maybe a 1d6 plus a 1d3? I don't know.
No. I see. It's only 5 feet. He's fallen down. I get it now.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not an accumulated. I thought we were 15 feet above that. We're only 5 feet above that.
Correct. That's below
15 feet above the
ground
bottom.
Hmm.
Down
Well,
further.
that's discouraging. So he falls down, and Iris is like, "Ha! But then, as he stands up, I can clearly see the top of his head still.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
As you're laying on,
chest,
as you're laying
top
on
of
the
his
ground,
thighs.
you can see you guys make eye contact basically as you're laying on the ground.
All right.
Eye contact, you're looking into each other's eyes.
You know that moment in Back to the Future 2 when he stands up behind the counter to look at Griff? That's how.
Griff.
No? Is it
Biff?
Yeah. No,
Griff.
Griff. Griff. When Griff throws him behind the counter, and he stands up again afterwards and he looks at him. That's how I imagine the lizard standing up to look.
Yeah, that's it for. Oh wait, make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, sorry, no, he didn't get hit. Never mind. That's fine.
No.
So it's Ramrod's turn.
It's Ramrod's turn.
Ramrod.
He sees
Ramrod is going to use his shovel to hit the fleeing creature.
a near dead Dom.
Oh, wait,
coughing and
that's right,
spluttering
yes,
blood into
sorry.
him.
I forgot Ramrod's the cleric. He is going to instead see the poor. He's a destroy creature. 2 plus the spell's level plus preserve life. Oh! 5 times your cleric level.
Healing.
Okay.
Horrible.
Oh, I can't restore more than. Okay. But what's your maximum hit point?
25.
25?
25, yeah.
Okay. Ramrod is going to produce his holy symbol, which is a. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's something. He's got something. Sorry, this is not my character.
But.
It's a butt. He produces his holy symbol. You guys are all a bit too preoccupied to see what it is, but it's definitely there. And he casts Channel Divinity to heal Zom to half his hit points.
It's like a glove with an eye on it.
Is there anything to. So half my hit points is like 12 and a half, so what do I go to? 12 or 13?
I go to 13.
And whatever's more beneficial with you guys.
Cool.
Like that.
That's probably more than I could have done.
And hold on, let me just see if that's a bonus action. No, that's an action. So that's his action. For his bonus action, he's going to hit the guy with the shovel.
Got here?
The one who's the one. Yeah, that guy there. Which is a. 18 for 9 points of damage.
A pretty decent whack you give him, and he doubles over, turns around to see this sort of ethereal shovel floating in before him, and he has no idea what to make of that. Dom, you're up.
Aha!
Right. Zom looks back at Ramrod and with appreciation just like looks at himself as in like, he's just regained all of his hit points.
I believe that's
Turns
the
back
first time Ramrod's healed
probably.
in combat.
Looks back to Aris, winks.
Because I've been patrolling him for so many weeks.
Hey, it
looks
took
back to
Annie like
us.
48 episodes to.
Yeah. He winks at Iris and then transforms into a black bear. Now,
Black bear.
after he
Bam,
transforms
I am.
into the black bear, I'm going to leap over the rope here towards the lizard and do like a flying attack on him. Like
Bear
a jumping, flying attack on. Yeah, like a bear attack. And I'm going to. So he, according to this, he gets multi-attack. So he gets a bite and a claw
A
attack.
bite and a claw and attack, yep.
Yep.
6, 2d4.
Now, 1d6 plus 2, yeah, right. So, how do I actually roll?
I can do that.
Oh,
Just ignore that in the corner.
Ah!
We're being attacked by a statue.
Faceless men.
Where are we?
Well, something like that, Ches, except
Alright, there you go. You should be able to control it now.
the thing in the corner.
Well, no, you should be able to... There should be a black bear in the compendium there. You should be
Oh, yeah,
able to
black bear,
double-click
yeah.
on him and control him. At least do his attacks. There.
So we want to do... Right, we want to do a bite attack.
Hit.
Oh, no, there's nothing...
Why is there a default Facebook
Yeah.
icon in the bottom
Yeah.
right?
That's
what...
how I...
Ignore me!
Just ignore that. That's me, so I can...
Do the black bear.
So can control
So
that.
that's Zom being changed into a black bear.
Yeah, that's it.
So that was 5 damage. Right, and now the claw attack. 14.
He misses.
Misses.
You can't quite. You're sort of slashing down, and you just can't quite get the. You're not used to the length of the bear arms. You can't quite get over the balustrade to swipe at him.
Yeah. Now, I don't suppose as part of my jumping over the barrier to get to him, I could have knocked him over. It would have knocked me over as well. Knock
Do
us-
a
knock us-
strength. check.
Okay.
No, you do not knock him over.
Is that Zom's strength though, or the bear's strength?
That's a good point.
You'd have to do the bear's strength.
15 plus 2. So, hang on. Do you want me to roll it again, or just use...
Roll it again. Was fated to be dead hand.
Indeed. Cannot complain about this.
You tried to jump down, so you're on the same level as him now. There.
Yeah, that's right.
But I believe your hit points change when you do wild shape. Is that correct?
Yes. So they do change. Hit points. It says 19 in brackets 3d8 plus 6. Is it 19?
19 hit points is your
Right,
max hit point,
so
and I
I'll-
think if you
Elite temporary hit
You-
points.
are reduced to
I'm reduced to 0. I think I just changed back into my
Do-
form.
you retain all of your skill and saving throw proficiencies. Use whichever one is higher.
Oh, okay.
Saving
Saving throws.
or proficiencies.
Okay. Whichever one's higher. Huh.
Automatically revert if you fall unconscious or drop to 0 hit points.
Yep.
Cool. Their turn. This one is going to continue to move away from you, Iris.
I think he's got him. Did he make a wisdom saving throw at the end of his turn?
No, he made it at this. Oh, he didn't. So another one fails it anyway.
Yep.
So he's still afraid. He's going to be moving away from you.
He just can't move towards me. He can stay where he is. He just
Can-
can't move towards me, and he has disadvantage on attacks against me.
He can move to Graham.
He's another chunk of meat field that he's away from the one who's scarier for him. And this one here going to make attacks against you,
And
Dom, the bear.
Yep.
Bite, the claw.
The 19 hits.
15 slashing points of damage.
Jesus.
Okay.
That return you to or normal? No, it doesn't.
No, I'm 4 away from it.
And
Sorry,
this guy,
I'm looking really bloody. I don't have much left.
this guy waves and disappears into the jungle. Furwag,
Bye.
sensing Having completed his little prayer, he's going to sort of look around and go. He looks at Bob and he's like, kind of thinks to himself, well, if this guy here can attack, maybe I can find it within myself, and he's going to sort of move towards these guys too. And Bob.
Alrighty. So I'll say, like, basically, Bob's been walking with Thurwag going, yeah, so, like, I'm pretty new to this adventuring thing. I hadn't really done any of this stuff beforehand, and I'm not really sure what's going on. 1 second. And then tosses out an Eldritch Blast at the guy near, heading towards Graham.
Presume he's sort of doing this as he's walking and talking.
Yeah, just like, 1 second.
Anyway, it's kind of new.
So yeah, I met that big puss thing that you're talking about in the forest. He seemed pleased with me.
18 hits. Oh,
For the full force.
10 feet.
10 feet too.
It knocks it to the ground. It gets up and it sort of coughs up some blood and wipes it. Looks to Graham in front of him, aggressively still.
Is it looking happy?
He's not looking happy. It is looking very much like you're disappointed it may not get the meal that it hoped that it would get.
Alright, Graham's gonna run swiftly towards it, spear in
Charging
hand,
to it.
swirling around. No! Oh dear.
Double ones,
Oh,
Phil.
Jesus.
Double ones.
Hit the button. You know what to do.
Graham goes to slide underneath with the intent of like slicing through as he slides through his legs.
What did I miss? Oh.
Oh, you're surprised by the blow from Bob, because you can hear him talking to Thurwag in the background. He's chatting
even
away and
paying
all of a sudden this
attention.
Eldritch Blast just comes flying and doubles it over as you're trying to slide under and slice it from beneath. And yeah, advantage on
So
you.
Graham does end up on the other side, and
Disadvantage.
Graham's doing his slide as the Eldritch Blast hits, so that's why he stabbed into the air where the creature was, and is no longer.
yeah.
Jesus. Still attacks with disadvantage. And,
Still hits. It's a good hit. You gonna do it?
He just gives him a little butt punch.
Yeah, you don't feel a strong meaty connection, but it's just enough to sort of hit something in there that's already sort of tenuous, and he
Maybe
collapses.
little butt punch off the little 10-foot ledge,
Gluteus punchius.
and the guy
Oh,
just kind of like stumbles
sure.
and then
He
falls
kind of-
head first.
Stumbles and then plonks himself down here.
Yeah.
He sort of dies at the top and simply falls over the edge.
Yeah. Let's say how far to go. 5, 25. And then Graham's gonna go there. Thanks, Bob. Call me next time.
Iris is seeing the other lizard folk fall and is seeing this one that's almost killed Black Bear friend Zom. And she is going to... I just want to double check the spelling on the 10-foot radius. 10-foot
Double
radius
check
sphere.
Not in this
Well,
campaign.
sorry, not the spelling, the wording. She's going to cast Shatter here. So she quickly skims her book, reaches out her hand, and produces something. A chip of mica. Mica? M-I-C-A. Mica? That sounds right. And
mica.
is going to cast Shatter. I need the Render to make a Constitution saving throw. Fuck. Alright, well. So, succeeds, but he takes half damage. So, 7 points of thunder damage.
Vapor.
Whoa. I think it was at 35.
What?
Alright. You sort of to his ears. Looks up. Ramrod, you're up.
Right. That's me. Ramrod is going to move the shovel 30 feet towards the one in the pit. I assume that's 30 feet, and it can make it that far.
There.
Wait,
Yep.
Is Ramrod
Yeah.
dictating exactly what he's doing?
No, just in his head.
Internal monologue.
And he's going to drop that shovel on that guy's head and try and save his arm because he needs to save his arm because that's what he does. Spiritual weapon.
Animal lives matter.
Sure. Take that, scoundrel.
The 14 misses.
Ah, rats.
Take it, damn it!
Ah, well, only one thing to do now. And he's going to jump and lunge and try and drive his rapier, his épée,
Epee.
RPR.
into the throat of the creature, just kind of who's focused on the. God damn it! Ah!
You're trying too hard, basically.
I have been accused of that. Yes.
And partway through, you realise you should stick to the more practical attacks that you're used to.
All right, so I'm gonna say he ends up over here, precariously.
We roll terribly when doing cool things.
Although he is now flanked.
Ledge because he jumps over. Yeah, no,
flanked.
Ramrod thinks he's doing an excellent job of flanking by just basically avoiding, balancing, and trying not to fall further down into the pit.
He's not flanked? No, he's not.
No.
Alright.
So if you stood here, would you... No, because there's a 5 foot difference. Well, you'd be... If you stood here, would you be at this dude's head height then?
Isn't
Technically.
flanking something to do with distraction, so that you've got attacks on both sides? So if you're distracted on either side, it's still
Did
flank.
you have to be attacking? Or is it just having two
Yeah.
people?
Yeah, it's not just
Directly
have
opposite.
two people on either side of you, because if one of them's not attacking you, you don't need to worry about it. So they've
How
both
do you
got
know
to
if
be
they're not attacking you?
attacking you, as I would. You're not feeling the blows coming from them.
Yeah, but they could be lining you up. Yeah? Yeah? They're clearly an aggressive party.
Think of it,
Well,
having
distraction.
Yeah.
someone
No.
who you need to be accountable for at the side of you in battle would be a flanking.
Yeah, if I had Ramrod try and attack me, he missed, yeah, but he's on the other side of me. I'd be wary.
He clearly
If he were
tried to
here-
attack.
Yeah.
If he were here, he would be flanked, and that attack would be with advantage.
Yeah, but he's not there. But I'm saying, like, if you were standing, I think we're having two separate conversations.
If he was here, I don't think he's flanked either.
Nah. Yeah, okay.
He's in the same plane of vision.
We have played it as flanked in the past, but I probably would agree. I would agree that it shouldn't be flanked there.
I mean, if you think about it, like, it would be that you can't focus on two things at once.
Yeah,
Is
Yeah.
there someone attacking you or threatening you
spirit.
from in front and behind?
yeah. The spirit of the D&D rule.
Well, I don't think it's a formal rule, is it, Ian? It's just a homebrewing thing.
It's pretty much I think it's a rule, but I think most people play avoid using it.
Flanking, really?
I think so.
It's an
It's an
optional.
optional rule in D&D 5e.
Yeah, right.
When a creature and at least one ally are within 5 feet of the same enemy on opposite sides, that enemy is flanked.
Hmm.
And then they've got little diagrams of how it works. So that's nice.
Yeah, I've seen those.
The last paragraph.
Yeah, so he's flanked.
Is flanked. So then that 23 does hit. 3
But
points of
he-
damage.
No, that was
He wasn't
after he
there
landed and
when he
missed.
Started the
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
I didn't jump there, turn around and attack. I was plunging and then missed. So he's now Zom gets
Zom.
advantage on the attack.
Zom does get advantage on the attack.
Hang on. I don't know. I would still say that. Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's flanked.
Yeah. No. If that's what it says. If it goes through the corner of it, he's still flanked.
Yeah.
Because it goes through
right.
his space.
Yeah.
So,
I think
so in
it's-
fact, the way that Ian was playing it in his campaign is actually correct.
Yeah.
Even though I thought at the time that it was like a bit of a gimmick to us.
Well, if it's
It
like
was.
if it's a 90-degree field of vision, you can basically keep an eye on both of the people trying to attack you. Whereas if it's over that,
Yeah,
you're sort of
that's
having
like
to turn around
120
and
degrees. Yeah.
Put yourself in this lizard render's eyes. There's a bear in front of you.
Whoa,
Trying
You
to.
know,
Fuck is
you
that?
know there's something just
Man, I can
behind
see
you.
magnetic fields. That's birds, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry.
All right, Zom,
Oh, this one
attack
there.
this flanked render.
Right, I'm still a black bear, and so I will attack with. I'll multi-attack again. I don't think there's anything else I could do. I shall cast Fireball.
You can't
roar to
because you're in the
intimidate.
form of beast. 15 hits.
15 for. Hey.
Look at you with your.
How do I get there? 1d6 plus 2, so I could get 8. And the second attack, that's still a flanking,
21.
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
21 hits. Yep.
7.
Ooh. The bear, not bear. The bear, not bear being near
Zombie. Bears on
Zombear.
Zombie.
Bear. That cannot. Just out some pretty nasty
Zombie.
blows on this lizard. Lizard thing in front of it, similar size to it. Is there anything else Zom wants to do? You want a bonus action back to Zom? Given he has 1 HP left in
Hey, no, the bear has 4 HP.
4 HP. Yep, cool.
Zom has 13.
Where the
Because he
heck's
got,
that?
Yeah, I
no,
think
he got
Your
healed
initiative
by.
goes.
technically it's the creature's turn. He was before.
This
Thurway.
isn't it? He wasn't he?
If Zom's, if the bear's hit points, if Zom's bear hit points goes down to 0, he reverts back to Zom.
And
Uh-huh.
carries the remainder damage onto himself.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So if the bear's got 7 and he takes 9 hit points, Zom gets 2.
Yes. Correct.
Was
We're
him-
all in agreement.
is Rend the Field recharged?
Oh
Assist.
no.
Ooh.
Oh,
Sensing his imminent demise, he's sort of lashing out wildly. So he takes claw attacks against Amrod and Zom.
oh.
Yes.
The first
And-
one is Ramrod, so it's 12
Uh-huh.
against Ramrod and 8 against Zom. Plus 8 is for the crit.
Are those our only 2 people who can heal?
I believe you guys have potions of healing.
All right. Don't worry about me. It's just a flesh
Just a
wound.
flesh wound.
A
Right.
fur
So Zom
wound.
is no longer a black bear. He is a Zom. A Loxa Zom.
And
So you can probably remove the black bear from the field. because I can only do wild shape once a day anyway.
Just do that from now on if you need a thing.
Just drag and
So
drop.
just drag it and add it in. I'll
Mate.
delete it afterwards so it doesn't fill up my
Oh, okay. I was going to say you could just keep it there as like wild shape creature. Oh no, but you need to get its stats, don't you?
No, you can drag straight from the compendium over. But what Potsy can do is create a little subfolder called wild shape things, then just drag and drop them in there so they don't.
Yeah, that might be it. That would have been it. I've deleted it now. I'll do that next time. Thurwag. He's just going to start clapping. Oh, very good show, gentlemen. Very good, gentlemen. Very good. I'm going to say you have line of sight from here, obscured by the mechanism of this, because he's down 15 feet from where you are.
Bob's gonna come over here and jump on top of the crane platformy thing.
Can you do a...
Seems risky.
Yeah, can you do a dexterity saving throw? Yes.
Saving throw?
Well, no, do a dexterity check. Sorry. Unfortunately, Bob, you make you teeter on the edge, but your nimble feet, hooves, manage to gain a little bit of traction right at the end, and you grab the rope, and you are swinging
So
slowly, barely
leaning-
taking your weight.
Leaning over the edge, hanging on the rope, looks down and...
You notice the mechanism starting to sort of buckle under your weight.
Oh,
Or erect cock
And-
is swinging pretty.
all that for nothing, and I hit the shovel.
No, you look cool. Don't get me wrong, but unfortunately, you would have looked cooler if Brass had hit. Graham, did you shout that?
Yes.
And you just hear revenge. No, you all hear this beast shout out revenge. It speaks in common.
Okay.
And Graham, you're up.
Okay. Can Graham
move.
reach
You
him from
wouldn't be
there?
able to meet. You wouldn't be able to reach him from there, no. But you could
But
go
I can
next
drop
to
down
Bob.
5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Where was I? I was over here, right? Somewhere around there.
But you were here, I believe.
Yeah, possibly there. Okay then. Yeah, I just want to get to there. Oh well. It's alright. And he's just gonna...
Now,
That's
you
a
flank.
15 with Bless? Oh, hang on. I'll just...
Is he not flanked? So it's an advantage attack with
Is he?
advantage.
It is
I mean, I'm
not flanked.
I'm happy to call it flanked, but
I mean, I'm happy
That's
to
why-
call it flanked.
that's why I
I'm
wanted
happy
to attack from up here.
Well, I'm just thinking like
I mean, it's
From
a
the-
spear with a big stabby.
I
But
mean the
because we've got those guys there,
whole premise of flanked is that you're distracted by
you're
two
surrounded.
threats
Yeah.
either side.
If
It
you
shouldn't
don't
matter
know
if the
things
person is
there.
attacking you from here or here.
Yeah, that's
180
true.
180 degrees, Potsy.
The creature might be
180 degrees,
focusing
yeah.
its attention on Zom at the moment, which means Graham
Well,
is right in his line of
That's
sight.
true. It doesn't say. Yeah. The thing I posted doesn't support any of this. So
It's gotta try.
I feel that quick Google seems to indicate this is quite a contentious topic, and we just need to decide.
So, is the contention that Graham is trying to attack, and if the creature was flanked, it would be flanked by what is essentially a spiritual weapon?
No, I'm saying that.
No.
What I'm saying is that.
What's he saying? As long as there are multiple things attacking it, it is considered flanked.
Yeah.
But that is not how flanking works.
Yeah, I would disagree.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well. Okay. Yep. Fine. So, but in this
Yeah.
instance, if Zom were to attack, he would be flanked.
Yes.
Not.
And same with Ramrod.
But I can't remember what
am.
the flanking rule was for spiritual weapon and whether you can argue that. I think
You always
counts
said
as
no.
an inanimate
If you-
object,
oh,
so
no.
yeah, no.
I would have thought if the spiritual weapon is the one attacking, then you could consider flanked. But if the spiritual one is the one on the other side doing the flanking, if you know what I mean, like if it's the one, then it wouldn't be. Because it's isn't it
But look, Iris just wants to yeet him off the cliff, so...
Pretty much. It's all set up for that. So Graham, do your spear attack. The 11 misses. 13 misses. So.
Yeah.
Any
Okay.
other thing? You got another attack coming.
Ooh.
Ooh, hot diggity dog. Ooh. Get a load of this guy with his back-to-back crits.
Makes
Get a
up
load of
for all
him.
his ones.
Be pretty.
I'll take this one.
I was going to say, are they both valid?
Ooh.
Oh.
Or did you actually get it twice?
Roll an additional set of damage dice above and beyond your normal target suffers a permanent injury.
Oh.
What are the other damage dice? Just
So
the same.
roll for damage. And so the crit attack on that one is the 4. So it's
Yeah.
the max one is I'm just trying to think, so it's 6 plus 4 because of the crit, is that correct? Full second
I
damage
think
dice.
so. Yeah. Yeah.
Then roll another hit. Oh. So that's 10 plus 8.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
10.
the 8.
Plus
It's
8.
not the crit.
So it's 18 points of damage.
You want to do it?
Oh, I just wanted to have the next hit. So Graham's just.
You pummel his jaw, crushing it. If you had not killed him, he would not be able to bite anymore. But
I was going to say, you could actually have
Pulverized.
left him alive for Iris to kick into the pit.
Iris can,
Knock the corpse.
if Iris so desires, she can launch an eldritch blast at his corpse to push it into the pit, into the burial site of dear Thethaniel, if he so desires. If she so desires.
A friend.
He does not desire to do that. Thank you, DM.
You guys are out of combat.
Going to close the turn order. Takes up so much real estate on my screen.
And Bob loses his balance off the crane and falls into the ground.
Yeah, you guys just a lag. Impressive.
Wow.
Very
Do you
impressive.
play this on
Single laptop screen.
I've only just recently moved to 2 screens.
I'm playing on one screen, but it's big screen.
It's single laptop screen with 2 characters and 1 trackpad. It is difficult.
See, I don't focus well enough to be able to play 2 characters. I focus on what I'm doing for myself.
You did hear me just be like, all right, Ramrod, it's your go.
Yeah, true.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Alright, Thurwag steps out. Fabulous fighting. I had no idea you guys were so well trained in the combat martial arts. Graham, your blow, that devastating final blow.
I sure blew him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gosh, I've never seen such hand-to-hand combat before. And Zom turned into a bear, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yes, I do that commonly.
And Iris floated and appeared quite terrifying.
Yes, I was definitely floating.
Fascinating.
Just realised I don't know when my voice changed from being like English to Bill.
Well, it's clear we cannot stay here. That much is very clear. We still have enough daylight to put distance between us and this place and return to my main camp. I know the trails around this area well enough, although Agum and Horgas really knew the way out of here, so we may have a bit of a journey ahead of us, but I'm sure if I consult my notes I can lead us to through some of the safer areas on the way to the temples we discussed. Perhaps on the way I can educate you on the teachings of Finth and some of the history of the island.
Yes, I think that's what we need right now is a good theology lesson. And
I'm a bit still not quite in the mood for a theological discourse. But perhaps tomorrow we can pick up the lessons. This way, gentlemen, this way. He leads you up here, and sort of just off the map here, there's a set of stairs that leads to a bit of a trail.
Ooh. Sorry, just take a sec. Why were we just attacked by lizards?
Yeah, what's going on here?
I have
Let's
no idea. They attacked. Similar beasts attacked my camp, my excavation site here.
they were
A day or two before.
they
I
were
have not seen.
huge.
I have not encountered lizard folk. The tribe that live in this particular area, I thought I had good relations with. We had negotiated a passage, rites of passage, and they had no issues with my excavation here. They, I heard them say they wanted revenge. I have no reason to believe that I have done anything to anger the tribe or change anything with our agreement. There were obviously some areas that were off limits, but I have not touched those. I don't know, quite honestly. I don't know what's happened. Perhaps we could return to camp and have some more of a thought about it there and push into the jungle. And maybe we could try and establish a form of communication to try and put any of this unpleasantness aside.
Thurwag, you said you had a good relationship with the lizard folk of the area, the other ones, the normal ones. When I asked that chap to go home, did he head off in the direction of where the lizard folk you're familiar with live?
So I haven't actually been to their campsite. When I arrived in the jungle, their emissaries met me as would be standard practice. Any people who enter the area, they've got pretty vigilant patrols throughout the jungle in the southern wilds, and I introduced myself to them, and I was not taken to their camp. We had a formal discussion there, and we had a civilized agreement that was drawn up. I did not get to their camp, but I would assume that it's in that general direction. I mean, the majority of the wilds do lay in that way. I believe it's, from what I understand of the size and the vastness and my research of the area, the lizard folk camp of this particular tribe would be several days' hike. That general direction.
Shall we make haste? Shall we follow? How long does your spell last for? Cast a spell.
Hours.
Bob?
Shall we follow the big guy?
Yeah.
We can follow him for 8 hours until it wears off.
Shall we do that?
I would like to return to my camp and collect a few belongings before we trek further towards the temples like we had previously discussed. I see little rationale in following these beasts. They have just tried to kill us, and although may want answers as to why they've taken this aggressive tone with my expedition, believe me, if they wanted to talk to us, they certainly would be able to. In fact, indeed, they would know that we're here, and I'm sure their scouts would probably be currently watching us.
think we should leave.
I agree.
I agree.
Lead on to
Should
your
we-
camp.
Just quickly, should we treat the lizard bodies that are here with respect?
Excellent idea, Zom.
So we were attacked. We defended ourselves. I mean, we didn't want to kill these creatures, whatever they were, just for sport.
You mean
Excellent.
Graham
I
isn't
think-
already looting the corpses?
I think we should treat them with respect and perhaps should we bury them? This is sort of quietly to what's his name again?
Wax.
Berwag. Quietly to him. This is
Noble
partly
suggestion.
to
Noble
look as though
suggestion,
we're
Tom.
not. When we shouldn't look threatening, or we shouldn't look like we're. What's the
I'm
word
not
looking for?
not overly familiar with the rituals of this killer tribe in terms of burial rites, but it certainly wouldn't hurt if we were to maybe we could rearrange the corpses in a more easy to remove fashion.
I mean, I
and
doubt
treating
that their
them-
own rituals for the dead are to throw them in a hole and loot their corpses and run off.
Probably looting their corpses, although looking at them from here, they don't appear to have much monetary value or
They don't.
military virtue upon them. But the Synthos, these basic tribes would follow, are very simple folks. They would probably, I would imagine, burn their corpses at an altar. They're quite keen on sacrifice, but primitive tribes,
Just leave that up to them.
Yes, perhaps if we just arrange the corpses in a sort of a nice manner rather than leaving them sprawl.
Yes. As
Um,
they did to the
Iris
miners.
would like to investigate the corpses and see if there's anything she can glean about the culture or anything about them, because obviously these are brand new things to her. She kind of wants to understand them a bit more as she ventures into their territory.
So you look at it, and it's clearly like a primitive warrior. I mean, you've not come across, like in the orphanage. You recall like some stories that people told about like jungle warriors, and you heard some bard songs about the southern wilds, where there were forests and fighters in there, and they wore loincloths and simple garments, and they had militaristic societies, and you would kind of look at these guys and go like, oh, that's what I always pictured those kind of people to be.
Savages.
Yeah, savages.
Luckily, Zom's right. We stood our ground. I believe that's a law around here, the stand your ground law, and we defeated these indigenous peoples back to their and killed them. I think we did the right thing here, Zom.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't
the
want
followers of
to
Synthos, these
violate.
Thynios, these tribes, the primitive people that live around here, they respect power. I mean, you show them that you're able to better their warriors, then they probably will have some degree of respect for you. I think we've probably sent a relatively loud message here today with the defeating of these three beasts.
I'm just going to check their loincloths for anything.
You find several large phallic organs. Graham, I believe we were going to not defile the corpses. If you could
Hang on a
maybe
sec.
not
Several.
interrupt.
Several.
There's three
There's
corpses.
one of
Oh,
them,
sorry,
more than one.
sorry. There's two corpses. The third one has left. Apologies. You see two large male
Phalluses.
reproductive organs. And you're somewhat
Each, or-
intimidated.
Oh.
No, just one each.
Two
And
balls.
Iris, you look at the corpses and you see that they're emanating just like the whole corpse itself is sort of low-level magic.
Sorry, the whole corpse is
As
low
if
level
they-
magic.
As if
Oh.
these warriors were infused by some sort of simple, basic magic.
Can I determine what kind of magic is affecting it?
Arcana check, please.
On a check.
Yeah. And also, so when the warriors are dead, they
That's
wouldn't
not good.
revert.
Making, like I said, I've had a pretty rough day, and I'm making.
I'm going to use my inspiration because I do have it. So 21.
21. Okay. Trying to how to describe this to you. So, once upon a time at your orphanage, you were quite young. Not long after you had moved there, just after the voices started coming into your head, were some entertainers who came, and it was a pretty rundown orphanage at that point, and did a show. And in that show, one of the sort of person who was running the show, the main sort of, I think of the School of Magic. What are the schools of magic, Ian?
Transmutation, conjuration.
Transmutation, yes. He was doing some stuff like that, and he changed one of his assistants into a different form, kind of what Zom did today. Not a hugely different form. Like, they were kind of just playing around with it. Like, it was a kids show, so they were making heads bigger. They were making them have really long. It was kind of like making them have really long bodies, looking all funny. But because the show was quite cheap, because the orphanage couldn't afford much, and safety standards were pretty poor, person who was being transmorphed into all of this stuff. At one point, like, the stage sort of collapsed, and they unfortunately died. And you still you to your powers then, but you distinctly remember, like, this body that was, it kind of looked weird. It glowed a little bit, and your memory has drawn back to that. Like, something has probably changed this thing's form. Sort of basic magic has changed this beast's form. You're not sure. Like, that's as much as you can put it together. Something's changed it.
All right, and it doesn't look like it's wearing off and the body is changing or anything. It looks like it's pretty permanent.
I think it's a pretty permanent.
I'm going to reciprocate this information to the others, basically saying that it looks like this creature has been transmuted from something else to this, whether that be a smaller creature of another lizard creature of a smaller size, and it's just gotten bigger and more powerful, or whether it was something else entirely and it's been changed to this.
Perhaps
Interesting.
remember Nathaniel's notes or his research. When we get back to the camp, I will look in his notes. I believe there's something I can add to that. Anyway, we best be off. Leaving the excavation pit behind you, you group up and follow Thurwag on a relatively well-worn path snaking through the jungle.
Keeping an eye out for that renderer that
Disappeared, yeah.
went home and then is like, "Hey, wait a second."
He's gonna wake up in the morning. Ah, shit. Thurwag turns and looks at you, Graham, and he sort of goes, "The lizard folk are easily spooked, but they will return and in greater numbers. I mentioned before I had negotiated a safe passage through this expedition, and with the delegation of the tribe, something has changed. I just can't put my finger on what." Jungle sort of thickens out around you, and you follow Thurwag's lead. The path sort of gets a bit narrower. After an hour or so of trekking through the afternoon heat, the sticky humidity now becomes apparent. Thurwag motions for you all to stop. This doesn't look right. This doesn't look good at all. Ahead of you, now that you've stopped and you're sort of not focusing on the path so much, you look what's ahead, and you can see a clearing, the remains of the camp there. And Thurwag sort of My camp! My camp! What's happened to my camp? And he sort of rushes in there, not really thinking about his own safety. And
Can we stop him from doing that?
you can try.
Yes, we would like to try. Something we're going to try with his trunk.
How are you going to try and just restrain him?
Yeah, basically, just hold him.
You put your trunk out, you hold him back.
Not like
This
grip
was
him.
my camp. This was my camp. Never good to set your roots near a giant, potentially magic pit. First rule of theological archaeology. But this is no good. Very bad indeed. We have to go. We have to go. We need to inspect the camp. What remains? My notes. Daniel's notes. We need to see what's happened here.
It might not be safe. If you think it looks wrong,
Stay put and don't move.
Zom, stand still. Wait,
Wisdom saving throw.
did you mean
Yeah.
me?
Yes, it was Zom.
Zom looks around and tries to move. Goes, oh, you were talking to... Right, okay.
Damn it.
Eris, your magic won't work upon me. I need to get my notes. My things are in the tent that's been slashed open there.
Well, I tried.
Let's just let us have a look first. We'll go ahead.
Zom-
Fine,
No.
go look.
Point
Can
the
Zom
way.
try and hold him back?
Zom can try and hold him back.
Yeah.
What do we see? Do we see any signs
Graham's
of
gonna
danger, or
I mean, you can't.
Graham's going to help.
It's just like a ruined campsite.
It's like, I'm not going to do it with... I'm just going to put my hand on his shoulder, basically, to say, just hold on a second, you know.
Fine. If you want to check for danger, go. But please, I need to get there. I need to see if my notes are here. This whole excavation, all the notes, my details, were all in
This is-
all in my tent.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This
Sorry, I
is-
just realised all the ones I rolled, I could have re-rolled all of them.
Oh,
What?
halfling luck?
What?
Yeah, I'm lucky.
The whole
Wait, you're a
point of taking the
Yes.
halfling.
Oh, that's right. You're a halfling.
Oh my god. Sorry.
yeah, I got through at the end.
Oh dear. Oh well, next time. Sorry.
Alright, so we'll trot ahead of Thurwag and be keeping an eye out as we head towards his... Is it just like one
Yeah.
obvious tent, or...
So
We
there's
tell him
in
to
front
point
of
us the
you.
way?
There's 3 tents that have been sort of slashed and torn down. They're not small tents; they're decently sized. There's a few like tables have been overturned, crates are smashed, and their contents have been sort of strewn around the place. It's a relatively decently sized camp. But yeah.
So we get to his tent, we take a look inside. Looks clear.
Yeah, let's just...
At this
I mean,
point,
if we look at
as you go to his tent, he comes running over. My tent. Is anything? What's there?
Rich sight.
Inside the tent, you can see like it's all smashed up, and he's a dwarf. He can get in pretty easy. Rummages around. Oh, my carry bag. My notes. They're all here still. My documents have remained untouched. This is very strange behavior for Lizard Cog. Raid a camp, an unattended camp. There's no honor in it for them. No sacrifice victims for them. Almost looks like they were looking for something, but I have nothing of interest for them.
Is there anything missing?
Not that I can tell. I'll have a look around. Perhaps you might be able to work out a little bit more. But I would suggest that we make,
check the other
given the
tents.
fading light, we make haste and push through the night. Put some solid distance between us and this area. We could head over to the north, the hills there, or to the east. From memory, east would be quicker, but the deeper wilds are that way, and we would likely encounter a more dangerous passage. He
Blade.
pulls out like a map. I think Agum drew this map not long before we arrived here. It has his basic recollection of the wilds, and I think the first temple will be identified in the text is a 2 or 3 day trek away from here.
Can we compare it with... Do we have a map? We do have a map. Can we compare it with our map?
We've got the map with the keys on as well.
Yeah.
The whole map this whole area on your map is just trees. It just looks like jungle. It's the 4 temples there, and you can kind of roughly see where they are. But you're kind of looking at it like, oh, this is probably more like, probably not entirely accurate. This whole area.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a writing implement? Should we update our map? Do we have to get going?
Quill.
Sure, Thurwag does. Iris has an empty inkwell.
And if you guys maybe while I look around to see if anything's taken, if you could try and work out what's happened here.
Oh, definitely.
We can try.
Do we press R2 to reimagine the area?
Yeah.
Press rewind to find clues.
Let me guess, Geralt.
Like, we did the brain dance where we put on the light beam and watched the recording of what happened.
Yeah,
if
if you
anyone's
guys
cyberpunked.
want to make investigation checks, you can kind of have a look around.
We can all investigate.
We're all
need to.
investigating.
You guys, you're trying to work out what's happened, so you immediately thought it's like, well, let's look at the ground, prints, see what's happened here. You see 2 sets of lizard folk footprints. You sort of, they're bigger than the ones you're used to from the beach, but not made by beasts as big as what you just fought. Then Iris, as you're looking around, you're sort of like, hang on a second, what's this over here? And you sort of like have a real close look down, and you think it's really hard to make out. Almost looks like that there's some dusted over prints there. They're they almost look humanoid.
Dusted over prints. There's already been an investigator here, guys. They've dusted the prints.
Well,
We're too late.
it almost looks like someone's tried to hide other sets of prints that are here.
Dust.
They've tried to hide other sets of prints that were here.
Yes, so you make out with that roll that there's some humanoid prints around that have tried to be hidden.
Size 10 boot.
Probably around that size, yeah.
Interesting. How many?
There's one. And there's some smaller ones as well, but you're not quite sure what they are. They
Alright.
Kind of look humanoid-ish.
Oh, Graham over, and I explained it to him. I pointed out.
I was like, yeah, I can actually see exactly what you're saying. Zom is, he rather than looking at footprints, he looked at the cut marks on the tent. He's gone, yep. Oh, these big lizard folk that have come through here have definitely cut these tents open. Just look at the footprints.
Was it with a mace or a sword?
That is, some questions shall forever remain unanswered. Mysteries to the passage of time only. Ramrod.
Sharp mace makes a...
I've heard tale of such a sharp mace.
Ramrod, as you're noticing, like, Zom looking over at the tents and the slash marks, to get a glint of something in the corner, just a little glint of something down by one of the tents. And...
Sorry?
Ramrod?
I walked over there. I say that because it's past tense.
I'm just updating something.
Nothing.
Intense.
Nothing from anyone.
Do you want me to groan?
I wanted inspiration for that. I thought that was all right.
I actually, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
And Ramrod, you find this dagger.
It's anti-inspiration. The DM can give me disadvantage at any point for trying to make it laugh.
Anti-inspiration.
Ramrod, you find this dagger. It's in your inventory now.
It's like a sloth bonus or something like that.
And Thurwag sees you pick it up. Oh, Ramrod. I see that.
No.
Have a look at.
Sure, I guess I can show this to you.
He looks at the dagger. A word. Mark of an ornithist. They're in the southern wilds. He's sort of pointing at the silver flame that's engraved on the hilt. Very peculiar. They don't tend to come down here. This is very strange indeed. Very strange. But what I do know is we should be leaving this area. We need to push through the night to Caste.
I'm sorry. Did you say ornithist?
Orphanist.
Or thinnest?
Orphanist. Yes.
Orthodontist.
Oh, sorry. They are the more chaotic faction of our religion here. I guess they would probably say. I somewhat consider them scoundrels of the island. They don't really have a center here. They're just are everywhere, and they believe that in the creation of chaos, and greater chaos will prevail. Strange belief, but everyone will make their own. Synth finds everyone in their own ways, and I guess they think if they make enough chaos, Synth will reveal themselves to him.
Yeah, we found him in the forest. Near the beach.
Still fascinating. And as you guys are walking along out of the camp, if you guys want to leave,
I suppose we'll leave.
and as you're leaving, Thurwag gives you I'll put it in the notes, but he basically describes the various factions of the religion of the Isle of Wraith to you. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that to you here because it will take like half an hour, but I'll put it in the notes section of the Google Keep, which I just haven't had a chance to update. Lots of stuff going on. And Bob, do you spend the time to identify said dagger? So I realise
Sounds like he's identified it already.
Yeah. Amrod gets said dagger. I think will be a useful little dagger for him. Guys,
Who gets the dagger? Sorry?
whoever wants it, really. I thought Ramrod found it, so it's up to Ramrod whether he gives it away.
I mean, it might be something good for not really for me.
What would happen if Graham attached it to the end of his spear?
Graham would probably be someone who would benefit from it, I would think.
Graham, do you think you're and Ramrod just starts kind of flicking it in the air. Think you could handle one of these bad boys?
Is it? I guess it's a simple weapon. Yeah. Is it a dagger? Yeah.
It's a dagger. It's a dagger.
Yeah.
Simon said
Yeah.
I identified it, so I guess it's a magic dagger? Or did I just look
yeah.
at it and go, it's a dagger?
Just showing it to you all.
I don't see anything.
In the genre.
It depends what it does. Graham might be interested in it, but he also might not.
Nope, I don't see it.
I don't see that.
He just tosses it. He tosses it to you, Graham.
Yeah.
All right. Graham does a little flourish as he catches it,
By the blade.
and then in his hand.
Maybe, I don't know. Let me see. He catches it and just spins it around with a little force. Like, I mean, maybe I could probably handle this.
Advantage on initiative.
I just do a dex
And
check.
it makes light.
See how well he handles it.
Nice little flourish.
Got it. Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, you guys can work out who gets that, I think. Pretty good for Graham.
Oh, dagger of first light. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
C.
look at that.
Always go first.
That's a goodie.
Always move fast.
Is that
Who's got the
all?
best decks? Graham?
Guys,
It's got to be
you
Graham.
guys got time for five more minutes? 4 minutes?
Yeah.
You want
For
to call
you?
it a night?
Oh,
Just 5 more minutes. Just one more turn of
so the dagger information.
It should be in your journal. Pushing through
Oh.
the thick jungle, you follow Thurwag's lead. Essentially, there are 5 cabals of religion. Antherism, Zom, my boy, I suspect this would be your branch, if you'll excuse the pun. They strive to honor Finth through veneration of his glorious creation, hoping to endear
well-
to his heart.
Could you say that again?
Atherism?
Atherism?
Atherism. I'll put all of this in the keep so you can see it all. They mainly live in the western forests of the Isle, very nature-focused. The Dathroto, or the Balance Keepers, I guess you could call them, a very powerful faction, strong and militant. They keep the balance of the rest of us, and they hope that by maintaining and honouring their strength, Finth will include them in what they believe is an impending battle. Ramrod, I could see you fitting in amongst their ranks. They would admire your prowess in battle. The Orthodox, or the Chaos Makers, as you potentially at my tent there, as scoundrels of society. Through chaos only they believe that Finth will prevail. I'm not sure if any of you kind folk would align with them. You all seem rather above board. Lizard folk and the simple tribal folk around here, they typically follow the Thinnoth's branch. Very basic, rudimentary religious interpretation. Finth, the creator, and all of that kind of stuff. Lastly, and most importantly, Thrallaxism, the great seekers of knowledge. We look to understand Finth's greater plan. The honour of a greater roar. Bob, I could see you adding your richness to Thrallaxism. At this point, you guys notice that the random nature of the jungle seems to dissipate.
Uh-huh.
Tyson would love this island.
Emerald, you notice that the trees seem to start taking more of an ordered layout. There's less vines and less undergrowth. Give me a perception check.
Zom?
Zum zum zum. Oh,
Ooh.
doesn't see anything.
Just overwhelming. All of a sudden, overwhelmingly, you're like, this reminds me of home. There was a herbalist shop. This smell, these rich, heady aromas of herbs and the floral aromas that now fill the air. You're like, reminds me of my local herbalist that I used to visit when I was a kid. And as you sort of keep walking, ahead of you, the trees thin and you can see an open field. This neatly tended rows of flowers and shrubs fill the area. And there's a small house that's sort of built into the remains of an very ancient looking tree stump. What do you guys want to do? Just walk
Like,
into the-
is it like a normal sized house? Is it like a massive tree trunk?
There's a giant ancient tree trunk that's clearly dead, and within that, it's like you can kind of see like there's a chimney coming out the side that's got smoke coming out of it. There's a door. There's a couple of windows.
Is anyone actually around? Or
Who lives
can't
here,
see anyone.
Thurwag?
You can kind of tell that there's someone in the house. I have no idea who lives here. It looks like it's some sort of little farm.
Oh, so you haven't been this way before.
Oh, well, not this
Ramrod.
direct path. I've followed around here.
I think I know where we're spending the night.
Ramrod, would you mind?
Of course not. Oh, right. What?
And so as you guys enter, and as you enter the field, as entering the field,
Entering the field?
Is it getting
approach
dark?
the-
Hang on, is this across the other side of a field? Is it?
yeah, there's like a field. It's sort of not
Right.
huge. It's maybe like 10, 15 meters by 20 meters. It's like neatly rowed. It kind of looks like a strawberry field. It's like for our theatre of the mind, it looks kind of like a strawberry field, strawberry paddock, whatever you want to call it.
Well, Iris
having
will.
little strawberry bushes. There's all different types of flowers and small shrubs and berries and things like that there.
Iris will just ask Bob if Alexa wants to accompany him for a moment, and then say everyone stay here, and then So I've still got a use of invisibility for the day before the day runs out, and she's going to use invisibility and go and investigate the place before moving everyone through an open field when we're all so exhausted.
You think there might be landmines in there or something?
I think
So, what's
putting
a
ourselves
landmine?
out in the open.
Is
It's
it-
basically an open cut mine that they cover over, and you never know when you're going to
Oh.
fall into it.
What sort of time of day was it?
It's mid to late afternoon now.
So it is
Oh, I
getting
thought you said it
dark.
was getting dark.
Oh, well, actually, no, yeah, it's pretty dusk. It's
Heading
pretty dark,
towards it.
actually. It's heading
Yeah.
towards dark.
Bob's just gonna go, farmers, these will be good folk. I'll go and have a word with them, see if they can put us up for the night and give us a meal, and he'll just stride off across to go and knock on the door.
As you sort of step into
Thurwag
the
is
field,
not in any way familiar with these guys.
he's not in any way familiar with this farm. I must have missed this on our voyage to our main camp. I didn't see this field here. This is all new to me. And as you step into the field, the door opens and
Howdy.
looks like a shrub emerges. Hello, yes, hello. Oh no, that's Thurwag. Hello, yes, hello. Can I help you?
Hi, hey.
Please be careful. You're about to step on my Drak thistle. Very hard to grow. And you see.
Bob would never take a step on someone.
Zom would actually be quite careful.
I've got to
I think around
do this,
sort
don't
of
I?
thing.
It could be a cabbage.
Actually, can Zom do a check to
Roll-
see if any
yeah.
of his own herbs that he's looking for are present? To be fair, I've actually got no idea what I'm looking for. I don't think I got that far.
Then you see. Can you guys see that?
No.
Stop. See it now? Like just a picture.
It's in the journal, but we can't. Yeah.
Oh, you see that guy now?
Yeah.
So this figure, you can now see that it's a relatively hunched over lizard folk coated in vines and plants. His posture seems friendly enough compared to what you've seen the lizard folk just attacked you. And Thurwag
Lizard folk.
doesn't appear to be deterred by his approach or anything like that. He sort of, this lizard folk here sort of looks you guys up and down. Hold up, you're not from around here. Please, don't send me to the Maelstrom. I'm a simple old brewer. Thurwag
Maelstrom.
turns to you guys and goes, one of the more friendly inhabitants of the wilds. Not everyone here is a tribal beast. Turns back to the figure. A simple brewer. Certainly, we could in use of some of your wares and hospitality for the evening. Very good. Come. And you go sort of into his house, and he brings up a chest. Purchase your wares if you wish. And he opens it up, and in there, he sort of presents all the items to you that you can buy. There's potion of healing, potion of watchful rest, potion of climbing, potion of water breathing, potion of poison resistance.
How
Zom
much
Weird
sort of
potion of
potion of
thoroughly
healing?
taken with all of them.
A potion of healing. Yes. Simple, 50 gold.
That's a shame. We've only got 130 copper according to what Iris found.
Yes.
Apologies. Would you take 15 copper, perhaps?
Unfortunately, that doesn't even cover the ingredients.
Graham. No. Graham's got some gold.
Zom's got a little bit, but not very much.
How much for some healing potions?
As a side
50,
matter,
50 each.
is there a possibility that we could also get somewhere to sleep, even just a spot on the floor, and maybe share some food tonight? How much would that?
Of course. Tell you what. You help me in the farm tomorrow morning. You will look strong. Help me turn my soil.
As you can
We
see,
call
there's
it-
just the 5 of us, including Thurwag,
Just the 5 of us.
because Iris is invisible.
Well,
Where did the little lady who was with you before? I saw her. You come into the field and she disappeared. Where is she now?
as a warlock, she's like, I spent the spell slot. I'm gonna fucking use it.
She disappeared. Very well. Yes, you can stay here. You help me in the morning, and we say 20 gold tonight. All of you, but all morning's work.
The whole morning.
Yes.
How much if we
Fine,
don't
look.
help?
If you don't help, very unkind.
We help
my
with
aching
gold.
We'll help. No,
Look at my aching arthritic
we'll have him
bones.
And he shows you his gnarled sort of hand. It's all sort of like all gnarled.
Very hard for me to work the till now.
No, look, you give us a little bit of hospitality just for the evening to protect us from the
We'll
elements.
cook you
and so
lovely
forth.
stew using the local fungi.
Oh yes.
Ah,
Oh yes. Let's see what you got. I'm very interested to know.
a fungi like me. Ah, very good. We have much to discuss.
God damn it.
So did you guys want to buy any potions? So there's potion of healing, potion of watchful rest, potion of climbing, potion of water breathing, potion of poison resistance. You guys have quite a bit of gold.
Do we?
Don't. No, we don't really.
Bob doesn't.
No, because Iris took 1,100 gold and claimed that it was how much copper? Like 110 copper or something?
No, 1,100 copper. So basically,
11, right.
so effectively 11 gold.
Yes, we don't actually have that much gold.
Shame.
Zom does have
It's
41.
the cusk. Just the
Would you
cusk
be-
will cook a lovely meal instead?
Would you be willing to trade for interesting trades, perhaps? We do have a number of items we've come across, and she's going to show. She's got the long sword she got from the ship. Ooh. What do you think of this thing? This thing is. No, she's not there, so she's not doing that. But Ramrod definitely has something he wants to. Yeah, he's got the long sword too.
Check out this thing. What do you think?
I think
Pretty
it is
good.
something that I cannot yield.
And again, he shows you his arthritic claws.
Little use to me.
What about this?
And he produces a thing of incense.
Smells very nice.
Worth a potion to me, though.
What
They
about
shame.
this? Jar of rotten
Travelers. Travelers such as yourself certainly could use the potions that are for sale here. Many dangers lay around.
I've just noticed. Ramrod's got 6 potions of healing in his inventory.
something. He's been holding on to them for a while. That was from the first day on the beach.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah, actually, we're all supposed to have one. Because,
Dunno.
We didn't go through a sharing session, so no.
Yeah, no, I don't have one.
No.
I have my starting equipment and 2 jars of rotten and monkey claws.
I've probably got some rotting kelp.
just so you know. Zom, you explain to everybody what the potion of watchful rest does.
This is what I've gleaned from the fungus stuff, or from being a fun guy.
From being a fun guy, yeah. I mean, you're not versed in the art of brewing or herbalism. You've certainly mingled with people who are and have seen the potion of watchful rest previously.
Right. Okay. So this is quite a beneficial potion. You can't be put to sleep using magic. It has an 8-hour time span. You can remain awake during a long rest, and so you can
like
probably
sleep.
keep watch, and you can regain the full benefits of a long rest. It's quite a sweet brew. Though I don't think we've got anything elven in our party.
Skull start cooking dinner for you.
But it wouldn't affect an elf. They don't need to sleep anyway. They meditate. Shit like that.
Given Iris is invisible and not making herself known and just kind of watching what's happening here, can she get like a vibe off this guy? What's his intention?
You can do an insight check on him if you want, just a general insight check.
Just for the record, Zom trusts this guy 100%.
Implicitly.
Well, in that case, I'll send Alexa over to do the heart touch while she's invisible.
Insight, I mean, seems like an old brewer guy who...
When we need to get good rolls, we get fucking shit.
The sprite touches a creature and magically knows. So he's a bit surprised to see 5 random people come into his remote farm. But he is a what are the alignments?
6 people. Oh, sorry, yeah, 5.
I'm gonna need to go to bed pretty soon.
Yeah, I think
He is a lawful good character.
Ella
And
says
just
that. Bob says, seems like a nice enough chap. Us farmer types always are, salt of the earth, you know.
as he's cooking Zom,
He's cooking Zom! I take it all back!
as he's cooking, Zom, you
Eldritch Blast.
notice a book on his shelf that he seems to be referring to every now and then.
It's
that
okay.
Looks to be
You're cooking.
like hand scrolled. Zutzak and it's Zutzak tied to fungi.
Come on.
Zom would like to examine this.
He's using it.
I
Zutzak.
thought you said it was on his shelf.
Well, he's kind of got
Yeah.
it as he's cutting up fungi ahead of him and putting it in a pot.
Chutzak Zook.
You can. That's his name. He's referring to himself as Uzakusks.
Right.
Recognize that as his name, basically, Guide to Fungi.
Right. That's the tome you're referring to. I would love to get my hands on that, and at least skim my eyes.
Yes, I consider myself somewhat of an author and an academic. Self-published.
Certainly not an academic. I'm no author, but
Are you
I
traveling
know a
out?
fungus.
You
I know a
traveling?
fun guy when I see one.
Are you? Where are you traveling to?
And I'm going to look hesitantly at everyone else. We're not. I don't. And I'm going to look at
Don't know.
Thurwag, and he goes,
Thurwag.
Nauntgraw. Nauntgraw is where we're traveling to.
Yes.
Perhaps you could take a couple of copies to the shop there. Big favor for me. I'm trying to get my name out. The publisher.
A couple of copies of your book. Absolutely. By out of interest, do you be selling these books to people who might visit your humble abode here right now? By any chance?
Tell you what,
So-
buddy, we'll drop him off if you give Zom a signed copy as payment for delivery.
Very good. Yes.
Yes, and he pulls out a box of them.
We'll give you a copy if you take the whole box.
Deal.
Deliver them to the general store.
Deal. Wait, sorry, hang on. Before we say deal, how big is this box?
It
A
would
shipping
fit in
container.
the large water sack that you have, Zom.
Without
And
the
okay.
water.
you get this
Without the
item.
water, yeah.
empty the water, dry it out. You could put the contents of the bag in the box in the bag and carry them fine. You now
let's
have
do that.
Zach's guide to fungi.
A
That is where we'll
signed
finish it.
copy of Zach.
Yeah, signed copy. I mean,
It's worth more. It's worth more if he's
and
dead.
Thurwag comes over. Perhaps you and I could have a good study of that one, Zob. It looks fascinating. And you thumb through it and you see like descriptions of different fungi and some properties of all of them. And you think, ooh, if I study this, I might be able to get a pretty good feel for some of the native fungi around this jungle.
Precisely.
It would take you at least 20 hours to get a full summary of it all.
Hours. Okay.
And then you guys sit down to a lovely fungi stew and have a long rest. And wake up in Chizuksk's hut in the morning. That's what we'll call it a night.
That guy. Well, thanks,
Cool.
Simon.
Such a cool
He
drawing.
seems like a fun guy.
Yeah, such a fun guy.
Such a fun guy.
Rod is just kind of like looking back and forth as everyone's talking. He's like, "Are you guys talking about mushrooms?"
Certainly, I've
They are one of the many types of fungi.
dedicated quite some portion of my life to really studying how they affect things, how the ingredients that they go into potions and soups and things like that, how they smell, how they taste, how they feel, how they smell.
Okay.
That's
Let's
and that's
go.
where we're going to finish it.
Thanks,
Ready to
Potsy.
get sleep.
Alright, see you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you.
guys.
See
See
ya.
ya.
Yeah,
See you
Good
next.
week. All the best, Potsy.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck, mate.